guys? We are live. Just Your Average Joe here, along with my co-host Juwan from over at Geek Vibes Nation. How you doing tonight?
Good. How are you, Joe? Thank you for having me.
Oh no, I'm glad. Look, this was a last minute thing. It was just planned. Well, it wasn't planned. It was set up earlier today. I didn't know that this was going to drop today for for rental, for home rental.
Right.
So I watched it early this morning, like around 11:30, and I said, "Hey, did you see it?" And you said, "Yeah, I did." So I was like, "Hey, do you want to review it?" You're like, "Sure do." Yes, sir. Well, no, you said
Yes,
yes, sir, if you've
sir.
seen it or not. But I'm glad you're available. I'm glad you're free, and of course, I'm glad you've seen it. So you
Mhm.
watched it in the theater, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, me, Joel, and my dad went.
Yeah. All
Mhm.
right. So this is something obviously I did miss in the theater, but I did rent it for $20, which I did not mind doing. I probably would
You
have spent more than that if I would have went to the theater. What'd you say?
you rented it for 20? That's not
Yeah,
how
no, it's not
mine
available for
works?
purchase. No, it's available to rent for $20.
Oh, because it's still in theaters.
It's
Gotcha.
still in theaters. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
like, God damn, that's
I
still.
know. I know. I probably could have waited, whatever amount of time and then just bought it, but I'm
No,
glad I
bro.
watched it.
It's fine because that's probably the amount you'd spend for a movie
No,
ticket.
I probably would have spent more, because of the
So yeah,
tickets and
that
then
makes
and the concessions. Yeah, no. And I'm a home. I get to watch it in the comfort of my own house. So
yeah,
I'm
that
glad I
makes
watched it. I couldn't wait to see this film. I mean, it's been when did Spectre come out? 15 or 16?
15? Double check.
I think it was 15. If not, it was 16. So it's been almost 5 years. Obviously this movie was delayed. It was supposed to come out a couple years ago or last year, but last year. It's supposed to come out last year, but it's out. We're gonna review it. Um,
Yeah, 15.
okay. So what was your initial reaction? Did you see this once in the theater?
Yeah, just once in the theater.
Okay.
I thought it was good, but and it's why I was hoping Joel could be on here too. I left it saying this movie was good, but it shouldn't have been made.
Really?
Yeah, this movie, I believe, just me, I believe was made because Spectre um was so divided
It
amongst.
was a disappointment, and I think the main reason why Spectre was such a disappointment was because of how good Skyfall was.
That's
I mean,
probably
that was a hard movie to follow up on, and it was well, I mean, it was only 3 years removed, so it was only 3 years in between. I know it felt well, between Spectre and now felt like a long time because it was. Like I said, it was 5 years, but that was only because of the delays. But yeah, dude, Spectre after Skyfall came out, and I absolutely loved it when I seen it in 2012. Then Spectre comes out in 2015. It's just like, all right, we're going the other direction. Um, but when you're going from Spectre and now you got this, I don't know. For me, I'll let you finish. Get so you felt like
no.
it wasn't.
I just felt like Spectre was it was a conclusion. It was an ending. Like I felt as though this was kind of like what Dexter's doing, to where it was
Mhm.
kind of just like that last season was. Sorry, guys. Let me bring you something better so
Yeah.
that you can forget about that. And it's not a bad thing, but I kind of left Spectre going, all right, this is it. He doesn't want to come back. He's done with it. We can move on. And then when they announced this, I was kind of just like, this has to really hit because you kind of just ended it before, you know? So I'm watching this and it kind of just feels like they're just closing off loop, each loop. And it's kind of just like, well, you didn't need to do that, you know? But I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it. We all did. We had a fun time with it. Um, I did like how it didn't immediately start off with the theme song. It started off with the James Bond thing there, and then it was a little while before we got to the theme.
That's actually so. I was reminded. I always thought that it was going to start, but going back to watching Skyfall, and I do believe I think that's how they start. I think it's the didn't him in
Mhm.
the thing like behind us, right? In
Yep.
the loop and shooting the gun.
Hmm.
Which by the way, I don't know if you caught this. I don't know if this was done on purpose throughout the film, and I just want to say it now, so just in case I forget it. There is a scene in the film where he shoots a bad guy down the hall, and
Yes.
it kind of mirrors this,
Yep.
like this
Hmm.
iconic shot of him turning to the camera and shooting.
That was the
But
trailer shot. Yeah.
yeah, so I'm almost positive because Skyfall also had the same thing. It's where they have this opening scene, right? Something happens, and then they roll into the credits with the theme song that's being picked. So obviously Adele was singing her version of Skyfall back then. And what happened? It said connection lost. What was that?
I don't know. It still says up here that you're live. Let me click on the
Yeah,
thing.
it says we're live. I don't know what. Oh, I'm stupid. My my keypad.
Oh, I'm like, yeah.
No, I see it on the bottom. I'm like, what the hell is it? What's lost? So, then the theme song comes and then whatever. So yeah, I was waiting. That was a good opening to me. I like the way they did that. It was, with her as a kid, the guy in the mask hunting the father down, the father not being there, him killing whatever. I knew he was going to spare her life. I didn't know at that point it was how do you say her first name? Is it Leah?
I don't know. Yeah, let me see how they wrote.
Seydoux? She's French.
Let me see how they
We'll just
wrote.
say Madeline. I didn't know at that point it was Madeline Swan.
Mhm.
I figured it was, but and then obviously it skips to Madeline as at an old age, obviously on that island with James, and she surfaces from under the water. So I thought it was really cool. And then of course, let me ask you a question because this was something that was brought up last year, and I'm now that the movie's finally out, we know the context of it. You just brought up the opening theme and the song. When Billie Eilish's version of the song came out for No Time to Die, some people, either on YouTube or even critics, felt that it wasn't going to match the film tonally. I mean, how do you even know that without even seeing the film? What did you think of this song as far as now? I'm not saying you have to grade it based on every single James Bond theme.
It's the
Um,
second best.
it is to Skyfall.
No.
Really?
No.
Wait, don't tell me you like GoldenEye.
No, hell no. Sam Smith's song is the best James Bond
Which one is
opening.
that?
It was for unfortunately Spectre.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I wasn't crazy about that one.
I loved it. I loved it because if you listen to what he's saying, he's legit describing to you
Mhm.
what the movie is. That this is it. This
But
is it.
Billie Eilish's lyrics, well, I mean, I don't know if she wrote it for I guess it was
He
written
wrote
for the
it.
film. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
word for word is basically what was going on in the film.
no. I wasn't
Yeah,
saying it to like a boost for Sam Smith. I
right.
was just saying when you listen to it and then you watch the movie and then if you're viewing it as if Spectre was the end, it was just so poetic. And I just to me, that song is just I don't really know how to describe it, but I
I gotta
love
go
that
back and
song.
listen to it. I gotta go
I
back
love
and
that
listen to it.
song. Yeah,
Yeah.
I play that song often because it's just so beautifully sung. And then it's Billie Eilish at number 2, and then it's Adele at number no, I don't even put Adele at number 3. I'm
See,
gonna
I
be
have
honest,
Adele at number 2 right now. I think this opening song is actually carried a
Billie
little bit
Eilish.
only because of the weight. Again, the song came out a year after or a year before the film, or over a year before the film came out, and we've had it in our brains to stew on. And now that you have the actual opening scene and what we get in the beginning of the film, between Madeline and Daniel Craig's James Bond, what you get between the dynamic between those two characters and what exactly just happened, and then you get hit with her theme song. It hit for me. It did. And don't get, and then my second favorite would be Skyfall. But I do want to go back and listen to Sam Smith's
Yeah, I got
opening
Alicia
for
Keys is up there pretty high too.
that was up there. For a while I liked what's his face? Uh oh my god, how can I forget his name? Chris Cornell. Chris Cornell's opening song to
Casino Royale.
I think it was Casino Royale. Yeah.
Yeah, it had to be because Alicia Keys was Quantum.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was Casino.
Then it was
Yeah.
Adele. Then it was Sam Smith, and then
It
now
was
Bill.
called You Know My Name was the name of the song. You Know My Name. Yeah.
I just love the way Jack played the guitar in that Alicia Keys one. That
Yes.
was the fucking
Jack White, right?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Fuck.
I know that version too. And then of course you got the older ones. Tina Turner, obviously
Yeah, I don't
Madonna did one for Die Another Day,
yeah.
whatever. And then you go all the way into the older ones with Connery and Moore and
Yeah, no, I don't go that far. James Bond for me, to be honest with you, begins in what's his name? God, Pierce in goes
see, I'm a
forward.
little older than you, so I was introduced to Bond with Dalton. Had Timothy Dalton for a while. Living Daylights was my favorite. License to Kill. Those 2 films, and then, of course, Brosnan. GoldenEye, I mean, GoldenEye spawned an iconic and probably one of my favorite to this day video games of all
To
time.
me, it is the greatest game. Like how
Yeah,
kids will be talking about Call of Duty 20 years from now,
yeah,
I'm still talking GoldenEye.
yeah. Hands down, one of not my favorite, but one of my favorites. It's definitely top 5, of
Probably
all
my favorite,
time.
bro. I used to always hide in the vent. Always hide in the vent in the
Who didn't?
bathroom.
Who didn't? It was one of my favorite openings. Loved it.
I love that game so much. I hated that it was just a hand, but damn, I love that game.
So for me, coming off of Spectre and being a little disappointed, especially because of how much I like Skyfall. In fact, I think for a while, Skyfall was my favorite Bond film of all time. And then I watched this and I had to go back to rewatch. And I told you, I rewatched Skyfall again soon after I watched this. I needed to compare the two fresh in my head, watch them back to back, and I want to see. Now, Skyfall still edges it out to me.
Right.
But this one is a very close second, and I really did like it. I love the weight of it. Obviously, spoiler alert, I said this in my description, so you're warned ahead of time. Obviously, Daniel Craig's character Bond, he's no more. He dies at the end. We kind of figured that was going to happen, but it was the way it happened, and it was just like that one last, fucking knife to the back. You're never going to be happy. You're never going to be able to have the things you want. Here he has love finally, and he's got somebody that actually loves him back. Obviously he thought Madeline betrayed him in the beginning of the film, and he ends up finding out that she actually didn't.
Right.
And then she actually did love him, and you have a kid, which was a funny scene when he's like, when she's showing him the secret room, he's like, what do you have, another kid in?
I also loved when she's just like, "No, James, it's not your kid," and I'm like,
Yeah, right.
"Lady, what?"
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
who are you trying to lie to? That looks just like him. What,
Yeah.
what are we talking
I
about?
mean, she had his eyes and whatever, and then of course, the French phrase, what was it, "Le Homme Masque" or something like that, which is
Mhm.
French for the man in the mask.
Right.
That was her secret that she burned, so you knew she had a link to him.
Mhm.
I look, I enjoyed it. I teared up at the end. I thought it was sad, and not just because he died. I think I would have been able to handle it if he died because I was expecting it, or him just riding off into the sun, but it was the simple fact that he had not only somebody that he loved and loved him back, but he was a father now, and he would never be able to kiss them and touch them because he was poisoned.
Right.
So it was whatever. There was a couple of things that I had issues with, the whole DNA thing, and it only affects certain people. But if you have something in your DNA, even if you're not related to that person, it could affect you. But the one part, dude, that I had the most issues with, it was the very beginning of the film, was when uh what's his character's name? Safin, Lucifer Safin,
Mhm.
right? The man in the mask. When he meets up with Madeline Swan as a kid, when she's under the ice, and he shoots the ice to break it open for her to resurface, dude, he's shooting right at her.
I think though, again, this could just be movies, but I think scientifically, the impact of that bullet hitting that thick
Slows it down, dude. But
ice.
yeah, so that's what I assumed. I thought, oh yeah, no, it's going to slow the impact of the bullets. No, they were flying right past her while she was in the
Oh,
water.
and that's just movies. Yeah, that's just movies.
I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, is he trying to? So I'm like, wait a minute. At first, I was like, oh, he's going to shoot the ice because he's going to, he's going to save her. He's going to spare her life. But
Mhm.
then when he's shooting directly at her and you see the bullet, I'm like, is he trying to kill her? Or is it save her? I was very confused by that. But other than that,
I think he was trying to kill her, and then when he didn't hit, it was just like,
he's like, well, you know what? I'll pretend I was trying to save her
right.
life.
I was trying to just get through the ice to get to you, but no, I wasn't. I was definitely trying to kill you.
But I did enjoy the film. I wasn't crazy about, obviously I wasn't crazy about Spectre. Casino Royale is probably my least favorite Bond film.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. No, no, no. Sorry, Quantum. Not Casino,
Okay.
Quantum.
I
I'm
was about
sorry. No,
to
no,
say,
no. I'm sorry. No, Casino Royale
what?
was good. Casino Royale was fine. No, I take that back. I'm so sorry about that. It was Quantum. Quantum of Solace is my least favorite Bond film,
Fucking
even on the
love that
Spectre.
movie. Fucking love that movie.
You love Quantum?
I love
Oh,
everything about that
oh
movie.
my God,
I
no.
love how it opens. I love everything about that movie.
Ah,
I love it. I love when he started to have an interest in that chick, came back to the hotel room.
yeah,
She's completely gasolined out or oiled out rather.
yeah,
I love that. I love how M was just like, You stress the shit out of me, James. Like you really do.
And that was
You
another
really
thing I
do.
missed in this film, and well, obviously Inspector too was the absence of M. You know,
Mhm,
after she gets killed in Skyfall. Really quick about Skyfall because I just got reminded, dude, and how creepy it kind of is if you think about it.
mhm,
So after he meets up with the main female character, you know, his love interest, his flavor of the month,
right.
because he's got a different flavor in every movie. He meets up with her. He basically says, "I'm going to kill the guy for you." She's like, "All right, well, they're going to kill you. My guards are going to try to kill you. If
Right.
you survive them, my ship docks and leaves in about an hour, right?"
Yes. Mhm.
So the time is to come for the ship to move, and she's obviously, you know, like, all right, I guess he didn't make it or whatever. She's in the shower. He just pops in the fucking shower. He's
Yeah.
like you just met her. Like, I don't know.
That's
It was a little
James
weird.
Bond, bro.
I
That's
know.
James
Yeah, it's
Bond.
fucking hot.
There's
Dude, I
only
remember
two people you allow that to. It's Batman and James Bond. They
when
could
she
do.
was first announced at the new Bond girl, dude. I was like, oh god, yes.
Oh
Oof.
yeah, she was coming off a Hitman.
Yeah. No, she was
She
great.
wore clothes, I think, twice in that entire movie.
Oh man. But she,
Um,
this girl right here. I'm sorry. I don't know if it's Leah or Leia. But her last name's Seydoux, the girl that played Madeline Swan. Ooh,
mhm.
God.
Beautiful. They had great
Yeah.
picks for Bond
They
girls.
always had hot Bond girls throughout.
Eva Green was the first one. I love
Yeah.
Eva Green.
Oh God, I love her.
Yeah. But no, I really appreciated. I was actually me and Joel were actually arguing about this. I was saying I appreciated Casino Royale because they went so drastically different than everything James Bond ever was. Right? It
Well,
was
they had
all.
to.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, but they had to because this was the introduction of Bond. This was his first film, correct? Casino
Mhm.
Royale.
Yeah.
So they wanted to establish. It wasn't a. It was never really considered. It was never called a prequel, but you needed to know why Bond was so hard. And never wanted to get attached. Never wanted like he treats or he what's the word when you not materialize or you just consider women like a material thing. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
See, that's what I told you all I didn't like. That wasn't Daniel Craig. Daniel Craig, he wasn't just sleeping with these women and then leaving them.
right.
He was gaining attachments to all of them,
He
and
was
that's
trying
just not
yeah, he
James
was
Bond.
I know that. I know that. And
You know?
that's why I thought Casino Royale was going that route because of the betrayal that he felt from Ava Green's character.
Hmm.
Um
He didn't let
what,
that go till this movie.
no, I was about to say what's her name because she was on the fucking tombstone.
I can look it
It
up.
was on the mausoleum.
I can look it up. Keep going. I'll just look it up.
So because of her betrayal, I thought that's what they were trying to establish. I mean, that was what said was in the trailers. We're going to finally find out why he was so what
Vesper Lind.
oh yeah, Vesper. Vesper.
Hmm.
That's right. Because from the other Bond films, not Daniel Craig's, but from the other Bond films, they were just like I said, they would go from one. I mean, Craig did the same thing. Every film it was a different girl because they
Right.
either didn't survive or
But it was the attachment that's different. Because the girl from Casino Royale, that was the love of his life.
Mhm.
Then you go to Quantum. Everything he was doing for her wasn't just a throwaway. A throwaway would be the chick in that scene where he was sleeping with her in the hotel room. That one chick, that's James Bond. That's just like all
What
right,
Sky in
throwaway.
Skyfall?
No, in Quantum of Solace.
Oh,
No,
because
no, I'm sorry. I'm
he
sorry. In
slept with
Casino
the Money Penny, right? In Skyfall, didn't he? Not Skyfall. Wasn't this film? No, it wasn't this film.
No, I don't think he slept with him.
It was Skyfall. No, he slept with Money. Well, she helped her shave, remember? And he's like,
It wasn't Skyfall. Maybe it was Skyfall. Yeah, because there's only been 5 of them, right?
she was introduced. Naomi Harris was introduced as Money Penny in Skyfall. I certainly didn't watch Spectre today, so it's either Skyfall or whatever. And
No,
I'm
you're
pretty
right. It's Skyfall then. Okay.
yeah. So she
Um,
shows up in the hotel and she's helping him shave with a straight razor, and it's kind of alluded to that they sleep together.
yeah, yeah. I just didn't like him falling in love. He fell in love twice. To me, I'll say this: Casino Royale, the director made it very clear they were trying to go drastically different. He didn't say shaken not stirred. There were no gadgets. They weren't trying to be the typical James Bond. It wasn't until after that you started to get your more gadgets, money penny, stuff like that.
Mhm.
But I appreciated it because it was a breath of fresh air. It was a James Bond movie that did not feel like a James Bond movie. But I was telling Joel, I like the ridiculousness of James Bond, right? Where it's just over the top. I'm just sleeping with literally anything walking. I got no attachments. It's freaking gadgets galore. That's what I prefer James Bond. So I said, because remember, we've had this one since '06. It's
Yep.
2021.
Yeah.
That's
15
a
years.
long time.
Yeah.
Whoever the new James Bond is, male, female, black, white, whatever, I want to go back to what Piers and all those other James Bonds were. You know, where it's the witty one-liners,
Yeah.
it's shaken not
I
stirred,
agree with you
it's all
100%.
that. I had the different, great. I want to go back now. You know what I'm
No, I
saying?
agree with you 100%. And it, like I said, because it gets, it, oh, it, here's my issue. And I'm glad you brought this up. I don't know if you, I'm assuming you felt this way then.
Hmm.
I don't need a love story in every Bond film.
I don't need it in any Bond film.
No, if you wanted to establish it in Casino Royale, and that's why he's so hard, and that's why
Oh,
he,
you're talking about him. Oh, I thought you
yeah,
meant going forward. Okay.
no, just saying in general, like, all right, Bond is a womanizer because, you know, Vespa hurt him and crushed him, and ever since he's not going to get any attachments. But like you said, in every film, he gets an attachment. In every film, he pretty much falls in love, and that's not the Bond way.
Right.
Now, I don't know if it's because they're trying to catch up with times and they don't want a Bond to be a womanizer like the old Bonds were. I mean, you know, just use them and lose them.
Right.
And I'm not saying I need that either. Just give me some action. You know, that's it. Give me some action. I don't need the love story, but it fit in this movie. I'm not gonna lie. It did fit.
It's
It
for all
added
of them.
more weight. It added more emotion. And by the end, like I said, it wasn't just because Bond dies. It's because of what he wanted. Finally,
Right.
you know, to go out into the sunset and then be now a father
Mhm.
and with the woman that he did love.
I mean, I will say part of my allure to James Bond was the idea that it's never one person. So everyone has a certain amount of time, right? So I don't want I kind of view James Bond, this is gonna sound crazy, but just bear with me. I view James Bond the same way I do my villains, right? I don't ever need to feel an attachment to you. I need you to do what you're here to do and then go away so that the next person can come in. You know, I love Pierce, but I've never, ever, ever felt like, damn, man, I'd love if Piers would come back and be James Bond again. No, I've moved on. He's gone. You get Daniel. Now Daniel's gone. I want the
I
next
don't
person.
see. I don't know if I don't know. Yes and no. If an actor portrays or if the films are really good,
Hmm.
the actor portrays a character in a certain way that's either a fresh take, better than what preceded him.
Hmm.
I'm not going to want to see him go. You know, it's almost the same as it's not the same, but it is the same. Once Harrison Ford hangs up the mantle and they continue on the Indiana Jones franchise, it's going to be tough to identify with. And I told you this before. It's going to be tough to identify with Indiana Jones or even a John McClane without Bruce Willis and Harrison Ford. So, you know, I don't know.
No, I see. That's a little different because Indiana Jones and John McClane have never been anyone
Right.
besides.
No, I get you. I understand.
So to see that change is going to be different. But we've had consecutive
I know.
different James Bond.
Some better than others. Some
A
better than
hundred
others.
percent.
Yeah.
100%. But we've seen so many different ones. So to me, at the end of the day, I look at it and I'm like, to me, I don't grow an attachment with James Bond because he's not meant.
Well, that's the other thing though too, because there's been such a constant change. Well, I mean, not a constant, but because there's been a change every decade or every other decade,
Mm-hmm.
you're used to it. So you're like, all right, well, I already know. Like you already know I'm not going to get attached because they're going to change the character soon. They're going to change the actor soon. It's going to be something different.
Right.
I wouldn't mind them though, because it is just James Bond, right? It going forward. Why not? Why have a James Bond again? Maybe not. Why does it have to be 007? Why can't it be another 00? Why? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, does it have to be another James Bond?
Yes. 100%. Yes. 100%. Now is not the time to change that.
Mm.
007 James Bond, because it's just the idea of that's the legacy. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell people all the time, I wouldn't want DC to one day just say, you know what, we're not going to start off with Batman. We're not going to do Batman at all. We're going to start this Bat family with Dick Grayson as Nightwing and just build from there. He's going to have a Robin, and then he's going to bring in There's just you're blatantly trying too hard. There's just no need for that. Bring in a new 007 James Bond. That's
Mm.
it. You
For
know,
somebody that
I'm
did
back
see it
to
in the theaters, because I'm wondering about this one scene because I got a little hype when it happened.
Mhm.
Did the audience clap or cheer when what's her face's character? Nomi, Lashana Lynch, when she says, "I'd like to have him reinstated as 007."
I don't remember. I think I might have gotten a little excited for that,
I
but
was just like, "Fuck yeah."
yeah,
I couldn't I mean, I didn't mind her being 007 because he's Commander Bond now.
right.
Well, he's
I
been
didn't.
Commander Bond since, at least since Skyfall.
I didn't. I No. I'm sorry. I take that back. I think I didn't like that. I think the reason why I didn't like that was when this trailer first came out 2 years ago,
Mhm,
and we were breaking down the trailer. I said I'll be heartbroken if her being a 007 is just till he gets back. Right? Like, instead of you being ballsy enough to just say she's a new 007, you're
mhm,
using it more so as like, well, this is someone holding the spot so he decides to get back. Because you're going not only black, you're
right.
going black female
But
for
they thought he
007.
was dead, though.
No, 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 no. I didn't know any of these details.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
no, I'm saying, but now that you've seen the film and it was only done because but, I mean, it probably I'm assuming because I mean, you think about it, it's the double O, right? So it's only, it's gotta be what, 1 through 9.
Right.
So maybe the other ones are taken, and that's why she was given a 007 status. I don't know how they're given. I don't know how the 00 statuses are given.
It should be it's I think that's like the highest rank for that specific thing. So and to me it's like a badge of honor
Right.
to be a 007. That's high, you know? So that's what I'm saying.
If it doesn't happen in don't get me wrong, if it didn't happen in the film and that scene never took place, I'd be fine with that. I didn't care. I didn't need him at that point. I didn't need him as 007. He's James Bond. But I loved when she did that to him because she realized that he kept acknowledging her as 007.
Right.
And she's like, "You know what? This is," and I love the back and forth between the two of them in the beginning of the film. She goes, "Oh, is that hard for you?" Because everybody was calling her 007 and, like, he's so used to it or whatever, and then, M calls him in the office, but just him. He goes, "I'm sorry, was that hard for you?" Or something like that. But, so yeah, I love the back and forth between the two of them. But, yeah, I was a little excited. I wasn't expecting it. That's why. Maybe that's why, but,
No, it is one of those really cool lines.
yeah.
I won't argue that. It's a really cool line.
Yeah,
It's like seeing Cap get Mjolnir in front of Thor.
yeah,
It is cool. I just the reason I brought that up is I was just saying I don't want you to use this as a ploy,
right.
right? To drive people in like, oh, 007 could be a black woman.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, let me go see that, and just for you to go, no, James is back, and it's like,
She
well,
was just keeping him warm.
right? She was just
She
holding
was
it for him,
she was holding the seat for him.
right? I don't
No,
mind
but
that he died at 007. That's cool.
yeah,
That's totally cool.
and I think that's the reason why it was done.
Right,
I mean, not that she knew he was gonna die, but I think
right.
that's what it was.
Yeah,
What'd you think about, Blofeld, what do you call it, Christopher Waltz's character, obviously reprising his role, as Blofeld, being in prison without his eye, which I thought was a really cool scene. Basically orchestrating stuff now because like you said, you thought Spectre was the end of everything.
should have been. Yeah.
I view this now that you say it, because you brought up the other analogy, but I'm going to use a better analogy. And I know I don't think you've seen them, and I don't think you have any desire to see them, but I'm going to bring it up anyway.
Mhm.
To me, I feel like Spectre was the Rocky Five of the franchise. And maybe Daniel Craig, maybe at that point he wanted to step down, but he realized that maybe it wasn't a quality film, or maybe he just wanted to go out on a high note.
Right.
He said, I'm going to make Rocky fucking Balboa, and I'm going to go out on a high note. And I think that's exactly what this was because I thought it was a great film. I really do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we do know that Spectre, when he was doing that movie, I when he had made the comments of just like, God, like I really don't want to do this shit ever
Well,
again.
he's also up there in age. How old is Daniel Craig?
It's not even that. He had just finished filming the movie. So it's just like, bro, I just finished doing this.
Yeah.
Like, don't ask. It's like when you play football and you lose the game in a heartbreaker and you now aren't going to the Super Bowl. and the first thing the fucking reporter says is, "How do you feel about this loss?"
Yeah.
It's like you want to drive your fist through
Yeah.
to their face. Like,
Oh, I feel
what did I
great.
feel?
I feel so great.
Like, I just put my body on the line. It was rigorous. It was months on months on months of shooting. It's just a lot, you know? So I never felt like he was trashing the role. I just felt more so like, bro, he was tired. He was flamed out.
Yeah.
He was flamed out. But no, I understand the analogy. I have not seen the movie, but I do understand the analogy.
Yeah.
And it's a really good analogy. But like I said, it just seemed like an ending, and I had made my peace with that.
Hmm.
When they announced it, I was just like, well, look, as long as it's worth it. It's kind of the same way a lot of people felt when they did Creed. It's like, well, if you're gonna do this, it has to be a really good reason why you're coming back to this. And for a lot of people, it was. They loved it.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Well, Creed not so much. I'll tell you why. I love the film. I'm not saying I didn't love it. Creed not so much because it was a continuation of franchise, but now you're telling a completely different story.
that's fair.
Within the universe, but this is just heavily focused on, Apollo's son,
Mhm.
and that was justifiable. It was definitely justifiable because they can go, like I said, they go on. This is part 3 now coming out soon.
Right.
So I think the Rocky 5 and Rocky Balboa is more because I feel like they just wanted to go out on a high note with Daniel Craig's version of James Bond, and then whoever takes the mantle on up, in the future, whatever. But I do want to say though, and I'm obviously a little disappointed in it. Anna de Armas's character was very, very underutilized.
Yeah, but
That dress was also underutilized.
it really was. But I think doing this is what got her John Wick movie. So
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, no, really, really cool
I'm cool
action
with that.
scenes, really cool. I don't know how she was able to kick in those heels, but
In
she
that
looks
dress,
stunning.
and how that dress didn't just completely shatter.
Dude, how fucking funny was it though? Where she's like, "Yeah, no, come in. Is this your room? No, it's a wine cellar." Oh, and then he's like undressing her. He's like, she's
Right.
undressing him. He's like, I can do it.
I got this. And she's like,
I
oh,
can dress.
oh, okay. She was just so
She's
nervous.
like,
She's like, okay, okay.
okay. Oh, let's have another drink. You visibly nervous, but it was great.
She
Great
was
scene.
awesome. Yeah, that was
Very a really good scene. And then of course, like, that poison shit fucking rains on them. I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck is going on. I'm like, why
yeah.
isn't he dying? He goes, I changed it. It
I
kills all the
did,
Spectre agents.
I will say I did appreciate the boat scene. Because what these movies have
With
consistently given us,
Wright's character,
yeah,
Jeffrey Wright.
yeah, these movies have consistently given us twist.
Yeah,
And
I didn't see
that was
that kid. I didn't see that guy,
I
Logan
didn't,
Ash. I didn't see him being a bad guy.
I did not either. So that was surprisingly done.
Although I will say this briefly, and I don't want to give myself. It sounds like I'm giving myself a pat on the back, and I swear this is true. There was a brief moment when he meets the character in the club. When they're in the club and they're at the bar doing shots, he does make a nod to the fact that he smiles way too much. I'm like, "Is he a bad guy? What's going on?" But he just seems so innocent, like
Yeah.
he seemed like a super fan, which he said he was of Bond. And he was just really excited. I'm like, all right, maybe he's just overzealous. But
That's where my mind was. To where
yeah.
he's just a fan, and he's doing too much.
Well, there was a brief moment of time where I thought Jeffrey Wright's character was also in on it too.
Yeah, no, they were just too close.
Yeah,
To
but then
me,
he's
I
like,
was
no,
too
he's like, well,
close.
no, he's like, shut up, let him finish, let him continue to interrogate the scientist.
Mhm.
And he's like, no, no, no. But then I was like, okay, no, it's him, it's not Jeffrey Wright, which I was happy about, even though Jeffrey Wright's character obviously dies. But yeah, no, look, like I said, it was also long. I don't know, I haven't gone back to see the run times. I know it's definitely longer than Skyfall. I don't remember how long
It
Spectre was.
has to be the longest one.
This was long. It was nearly 3 hours, like 2 hours and 43 minutes. But here's the thing though. It passed my cell phone test. I did not pick up unless I got a notification, but I wasn't on my phone. I was into it the whole time. I was. It didn't really feel like a nearly 3 hour film to me. I don't know if you felt that.
Well, I saw it in the theater.
You
So
saw it in the theater. Yeah, I know. Watching something, and that's the other thing though, too. That kind of sucks. When you go to a theater, you have to pay attention. There is no picking up your phone. There is no like, all right, I'm going to pause it and go do this or whatever. I'm going to start painting. or oh shit, now's a good time to fix my cabinets.
Right.
So like you don't have that luxury or the
Freedom.
OCD
Yeah.
to do that when you're when you're in a theater. So I will give you that. But no, I didn't obviously let it play right through, and I did. I really did enjoy it, and I'm glad they. The reason why I enjoyed it too, I'm glad they finished and they ended Daniel Craig's run as Bond with this film and not Spectre. That's why I appreciate the film.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I just, again, good movie or bad movie, if that's the end, I'm accepting it as the end.
Right.
So I
Now, what
watched it.
happens to these other characters, though? Obviously, they're going to come back. It's just not going to be Bond. You're still going to bring back Ralph Fiennes, I'm assuming, right? And Moneypenny.
No,
What?
no, no.
Why?
Why would you?
They were always the constant. Even when the Bonds changed, didn't they always have? Wasn't Judy Dench
No,
always in the films?
no. She was only Pierce. She was only with Pierce. That was it. They were always men.
She was Pierce and then Craig. Then
No, that was the first time that's ever happened to where it's been a continuity.
no. I'm saying but I'm saying so they did. But that's my point, though. They did carry
But
on.
only her. Only her. No one else
You're not
came
going to
came.
bring. You're not going to carry over Ralph Fiennes. It's fucking Ralph Fiennes.
Here's what you also have to remember. MGM is no more. Amazon owns them.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So Amazon might want to completely start anew.
Which, by the way, I watched it on Amazon, right?
Mm-hmm.
I rented it on Amazon thinking because Amazon is whatever, it's going to be an exclusive. No, it was everywhere.
Yeah, of course.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that. I
Well,
thought it
they
was
haven't
going to
even
go to
put
Amazon
all.
first.
They haven't even put all the James Bond movies on there. They haven't even put one James Bond movie. No, maybe.
No, there are. There are. I was on Amazon, so this is how I've been watching
No,
my some of the Adam Sandler films. I went to Amazon and I've been seeing the old some of the older Bond films.
no. As far as Daniels, I think they only have Casino and Quantum.
Okay.
Maybe Skyfall.
You know what? Those are the ones I seen.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, just put them all on there. I
Yeah.
don't understand. Just put every James Bond movie ever made, because you own it now. Put it
Yeah.
on there.
They will. Are you gonna watch them? No. Did you ever see the older films?
No, oh God, no. But
I wouldn't mind seeing
there
one of the
are so many-
Connery ones.
to me, I told you, it's certain older movies I just can't do.
Right.
I'll only go as far back as Pierce.
Let me ask you a question. Refresh my memory, because Skyfall obviously is fresh in my mind. Before Skyfall,
Mm-hmm.
did we see the legendary Aston Martin that he had in that film?
I don't remember. I can't even lie to you. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
I'll never forget when I was younger.
No,
I used to.
no. We didn't.
Okay.
Because there were no gadgets in 2. There were no. Skyfall was 3, right?
Yeah.
If Skyfall was 3, that was the first time, because that was when.
Yeah. Right. Casino, Quantum, and then Skyfall.
Yeah, because Skyfall is when they started to really utilize gadgets, because that's when they got the guy.
Yeah.
And then the guy is the one who gave James
Q.
the gun.
Q.
Yes, gave him the gun, gave him the car. Quantum, and again, I could be wrong, listeners. I'm sorry. Quantum, if I remember it the way that I'm thinking, there were no gadgets. He had no gadgets.
I think there was a gadget in Quantum. Doesn't the girl give him a gadget or whatever? Well, dude, doesn't he like jumpstart his heart in Casino Royale?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say that was more so a gadget. That was just
that was just more of an emergency. That's like a CPR
like an
kit.
emergency medical thing.
All right. I take that back. I don't know why I said that. No, but the reason why I bring up that iconic car is when I was younger, I used to collect model cars. I didn't put them together. I used to buy them, Ferraris or whatever. And they were, obviously really detailed. My dad got me an Aston Martin, with all the, the machine gun, they popped out of the headlights,
right.
Bulletproof shield that you can pull up and it protects the rear window. And if I would have still had that car, man, it probably would be worth some money, because that was like 30 years ago, more. But it was so great. I remember when I saw it in Skyfall, I was like, oh shit, it's the fucking Aston Martin. That's the Aston Martin, not the newer updated ones that Pierce was driving and shit like that. I'm talking about the classic.
That was the classic
Aston Martin. Yeah.
100%.
I just can't remember if it was in the other films. That's why I asked you.
I swear, I think it was only from Skyfall on.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it was obviously in this one too.
I think the whole point was that Q designed it. I think, again, I could be wrong.
It's possible.
I could be wrong.
It is possible.
But I think that's how that went. And I'm trying to see here and add all the. Yeah, I'm looking here. GoldenEye. Casino Royale, Quantum.
Is that what's on Amazon?
Yeah, I wanted to go in here and see
Is
what.
it ever said who Madeline's father actually is? We knew what he did, but did we ever get a name that Madeline's father? I
No,
thought that was going to be something of significance.
yeah, no, it might be, but I'd have to. And look, they don't have Spectre available or Skyfall. I didn't think so. I thought they only had Quantum in
Skyfall is on something. I don't know if it's Netflix or something. It's on
on
one of the
Hulu.
other streaming
On
services.
Hulu.
Oh, it's
It's
on
on.
Hulu. Okay, I knew
Mhm.
it was on. I do. I have way too many. It's
Same
disgusting.
here.
I have Paramount. I have Peacock.
Yep.
I have Decock. You know, it's just dude. It's crazy. It's crazy. But then that's what. Yeah, you lose track of which one. Oh yeah, no, it's on one of the streaming services.
Yeah.
I got to trim these down. I do. I got to trim these down.
They all keep getting so many good ones. You can't.
Well, that's the point. Oh, you know what I wanted to say the other day when we were doing the Stranger Things thing, whatever. I was talking about Netflix and I started going into like original content.
Mhm.
Dude, the only reason why I even hold on to Netflix is because of Stranger Things.
I
I'm still,
can't say I'm a huge Narcos fan.
right. I know you are.
Um,
I haven't seen that yet.
uh,
There are a few other. No. There are things that I've enjoyed
mhm.
on Netflix while waiting for Stranger Things. But the real reason why I'm still paying $18 a fucking month um, is to wait. I'm waiting on Stranger Things. You know,
I keep it because Netflix pops up with. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Hold on. I started Quantum.
who
He
is that?
might
Dude,
have,
I can't remember the
he
girl in
might have the
Quantum.
Aston. I think he has the Aston in the car chase. In
I
this,
thought it was a modified, not a modified, a newer Aston.
I'm trying to see. They keep giving me shots of James's face and not the car. I'm trying to see the car. Um, no, it looks kind of.
Trying to
No.
remember.
It's not the one that
No,
he
definitely
had
not.
the guns
Now
coming.
I know Olga Kurilenko was one of the main Bond girl in that film, but who is the secretary? I can't think of her name. Oh, Gemma Arterton. She's the redhead dude in that film. Oh God, the one that plays Strawberry Fields. She's in
Oh
Quantum.
yeah.
He's the one that they sleep with in the hotel. Oh
Yes.
man,
Yep.
such a wasted character, man. So hot. I
Gorgeous.
forgot David Harbour was in this one.
He was in two of them, I think.
What did he play in Casino?
Casino, he was the rogue CIA agent,
Okay,
like negotiating a deal with Bond and
yeah,
Jeffrey Wright's character. Because the first time we see him is with Jeffrey Wright.
yeah.
David Harbour's with Jeffrey.
Oh, you were thinking when you said Hitman, you were thinking of Olga. Olga Kurilenko's not in Skyfall.
No, she's not in Skyfall. We were talking about Quantum.
No, when I said I was talking about Skyfall, Bernice Marlowe, the French girl, the one that he just goes into the shower
Oh,
with.
I got you.
That's
No,
why when you said
the
Hitman, I
scene
was
you
like,
were
wait, did she
describing, but
what?
the scene you were describing, I think you got mixed. Because when you were saying when she
No, I
said,
do it. I definitely didn't. I'll tell you why. I haven't seen Quantum in. I
but
think I've
that
seen it
scene,
once.
that scene is in this movie where the guy's roughing her up and he puts her on the boat. And then the guy's telling him like, "My
Yeah,
guy."
no, yeah, no. But in Skyfall, he meets her. I think in like some type of casino, or whatever. Right?
Uh
He
huh.
basically says, "I know you're afraid of something, but you're pretending not to be." And he basically figures it out. It's a man. That like she's basically being trapped.
Yes, this was on like a big ass boat, and he just
Yeah,
walked in the shower with her. They
she's just showering because she thinks
yeah,
he's not going to show up or
got
whatever.
you. Okay, yes,
And
yes.
he just steps in. He's like, "Hey, I'm Bond. Remember?"
Okay, yeah. Then that's really weird because there's a boat scene.
Yeah. No,
Not
you're right.
like
There is.
that,
Yeah.
but there is a boat scene in Quantum where the guy's like, yeah, kill him, and then he beats up the guys and then goes and rescues her from the boat that she's on.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where I got confused because I'm like, bro, I know that boat scene, but you're right. You're absolutely
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. No. That's why I at first I didn't understand what you were saying with Hitman, but yeah, no, Olga Kurilenko was it was
Yeah,
definitely Hitman. Yeah.
and yeah, she was the Bond girl in
Yeah. Yeah. She was
uh,
all right. She's all right. I kind of like Skyfall's Bond girl a little bit better, and then of course, Ava Green, probably one of my top favorites, in Bond girls.
I
And
don't even
then,
know if you can consider her a Bond girl though.
well, she was the main girl in Casino. No,
No, she was, but I don't know if that's a Bond girl because remember she worked. What
Well, if
did
anything, it's the original, right? That's the thing that was supposed to be the catalyst of the
she was the
Bond.
catalyst? That's
Yeah.
for sure. But I can't remember what she did. I
Oh,
never.
well, I mean, Bond will probably tell you she did it all.
She did. Eva Green definitely did. I can promise that. But I don't remember if she's with the CIA or what. Because I remember that scene where James killed that guy in front of her.
Yeah.
Really, really shocked her. Like it put her in a shock.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
he had to they were fully clothed in the shower together.
Mhm.
So I'm thinking maybe not. Maybe
I
she,
just like when, I don't know if I can't remember if it was when they were on the island itself or it was just around that time where he starts to realize that she basically double crossed him.
yeah.
I like that, and obviously when she ends up dying, he can't save her. But does she kill herself? No, no, the guy kills her.
Yes,
He
he trapped her
handcuffs
in
her
there.
to the elevator thing and
Right.
just
James can't
yeah,
get her out. The
yeah, he
elevator
can't
was
get her
stuck.
out.
Couldn't get
Yeah,
her out. Right.
even though
Yep.
she stabbed him in the back and whatever. But yeah,
He loved her. He loved her. Hey, they say the crazy chicks are the best.
dude, that was the film where they had him naked and they were smacking him in the balls, right?
Yes, it was.
Dude,
Yes,
can
it
you
was.
imagine that form of fucking
I don't
torture?
want. I don't want to. At that
That's
point,
a
just put
tough.
a bullet in my head.
That was a tough scene to watch.
Put a bullet in my head.
Oh,
Like first of all, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you the moment you bring out the bullwhip, I'm
yeah.
telling you everything.
Well, that's the thing. Like I'm sure they go through a lot of training. And even in Skyfall's with the bad guy from Javier Bardem is the bad guy in Skyfall.
Hmm.
And he's like, there it goes, there's that training, you're starting to harden up. There's that training. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care how many weeks or years of training you have. Those are your testicles. There's no way you can stop
Bro,
pain.
that's why I said I could never do. I could never be in intelligence because they don't have to do it.
Yeah.
Just the threat of doing it, and I'm telling them everything. Where the base is, where they can find you,
Yeah.
why we're looking for you. I'm telling them everything, bro. And the fact that he took it, and all he said was, "Arr!"
Yeah.
Bro, my eyes would have popped out of my head. Are
Yeah. I
you
don't know how
serious?
anybody endured that pain. And speaking of weeks of training, I love Anna's 3 weeks. I've been training for
Yeah,
3 weeks.
I'm 3 weeks on the job.
3 weeks on the yeah.
Like, all right, okay.
You think she reprises her role? You think she is in a future Bond film or no?
Nope.
Done?
I think everything will be started from the uh, uh
I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I'm not. We're getting in a new Bond, so if they're gonna start different, but I don't want them. But I don't want it to be like start from scratch where we're introduced to the Bond character. I want it to already be established. I want you do you
you can still have it to where it's completely new cast, but Bond has been Bond for a few years
yeah,
now.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I don't need to go back to where why he wants his martini shaken, not stirred.
yeah,
You
no.
know, I don't need
I
to
mean,
know that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with you, but you can't.
Or she,
Getting,
what if it's a girl? What if she's like strawberry daiquiri?
if it's a girl, I do want everything new. I want from the beginning how she became 007 and whatnot because you
Yeah.
just everything's new. But if
Mhm,
it's a male, black, white, Hispanic, whatever, I
mhm.
don't need that. I've seen how James Bond starts. I don't need to see how this one starts. James Bond to me is somewhat like Batman. I've seen his parents die. I get it. I
Yeah,
completely
the
understand.
same thing with Spider-Man. I don't need to see Uncle Ben dying again.
I
I
get
get
it.
it, and
I,
that's why,
I
and
don't
that's
need to
exactly
prove it.
why they haven't done that.
Right,
Like
right.
we're gonna start with a new Spider-Man and Tom Holland.
But he's
Uh,
already been Spider Man.
already been Spider-Man. It's already established. We're not gonna give you the origin story, and we're not gonna kill off Uncle Ben again. In fact,
Right.
we're only gonna briefly mention him,
Yeah,
and that's it.
he was only a line used briefly
Yeah.
in the last one when
Mhm.
he was taking his suitcase.
Yeah.
Yep, that was it.
Exactly. So if you had to give this a 1 out of 10, what would you give?
I think the rating I gave it when I saw it in theaters when we got outside, I think I gave it a 7.5.
I would probably fall in that range, and I'll tell you why. Skyfall, I did like Skyfall. I probably give Skyfall like in the eights. So,
Skyfall might be Skyfall. I give a 9.5 because
s-
Casino Royale I give like an 8.5.
mm,
Because it's just the epitome of a James Bond movie.
yeah, no, it
He's
is.
just so broken. He's so broken.
It is.
He's
I know.
so damn good at his job.
I know. I know.
I put that up there
And
high.
the other thing, though, too, the emotional weight of M dying at the end of Skyfall was,
Right, right. It hurt him. That
yeah,
really hurt him. He
of
loved it.
course, and that's why he couldn't wait to report to duty.
Right. Yeah.
He's like, I'm ready. I'm ready because I want to avenge, M's death, or I want not avenge, but basically carry on. I want
Yeah.
to, yeah. Yeah. So, all right. Yeah, I'll give this one an 8. I'll do it. I'll do 8. I did enjoy this a lot. I did. I'm glad I watched it. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know. I stayed away from all spoilers. I didn't know if they were actually going to kill off the character. I literally just found out today what they were going to do with Bond.
Yeah, we found that when we sat down and saw it in the theaters.
Yeah, that's the best
I didn't
way.
even. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't even thinking they're gonna kill him off.
Yeah,
Because I'm kind of like the way you ended the last one. You bring it back just to kill him.
yeah.
I wasn't expecting that. So
But they did it in the right way. They didn't just kill him.
no, right, right. That was
He basically killed
it
himself.
was a sacrifice, right?
That was his sacrifice. Yeah, which I was happy with.
Yeah.
All right, dude. Listen, you had something special today on your channel that I want you to let everybody know. When is that going to drop? Let
I'm
everybody know
waiting.
what it was.
So I got a chance to interview the creators of Psych, James Roday and Duelle Hill. Weren't there, so hopefully I can get them sometime later in this week. But Steve Franks, the creator of the show, I was able to talk to. That interview won't be out until probably around Friday. Probably closer to when Psych 3 This Is Gus movie comes out on Peacock only.
Okay.
But as soon as it drops, we'll have potted between now and then.
Gotcha.
So I could probably have a little bit more information.
I'll ask you again about that on Wednesday. I'll revisit that on Wednesday. So you have anything between now and then, or no?
I'll say this: Dom is actually getting a chance. The Kurt Warner movie. To go see the movie and interview in person Kurt Warner, his wife, and Zachary Levi.
All right.
Yeah, so Dom's doing big things. He just got back from being flown out by Netflix to go see a movie.
Dude, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, a little fancy biatch.
Yeah, and to get to interview and speak to Kurt Warner and Zachary Levi.
Yeah, I said, bro, if I got that opportunity, I'd never talk to Zach.
Yeah,
like, you don't like Zach? No, I love Zach, but I get a chance to talk to Kurt freaking Warner.
Yeah,
that's where all my attention would be.
Yeah. Yes, Crayon. Yeah, Kurt Warner, the quarterback. That's right. So Zachary Levi's portraying him in a film, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I remember. I remember when that was announced. I remember hearing about like, yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I wouldn't mind that.
I saw like a snippet of the trailer, but didn't finish it because it was kind of like not really that interested in Kurt Warner's life prior to.
I can understand that. Yeah, but as the quarterback, dude, when he was on the Rams,
right.
He was briefly on the Giants too, but you can't really count that. But dude.
Not really.
Oh man,
greatest show. Legs.
The greatest show on turf was Kurt Warner, Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt, Marshall Faulk. Oh man, what a great team! Can't believe they only won one Super Bowl. But and then of course, so
guys,
Wednesday we're going to be doing spoiler review for the series on Netflix, Midnight Mass.
Yes,
Before that, though, I already have it scheduled. We're going to be doing a trailer reaction. I know it's late in the game, but better late than never. To the new series that's going to be dropping at the end of this year on Disney Plus, the Book of Boba Fett. So we're going to do a trailer reaction for that. And of course, on Friday, which I'm really excited about, at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you and a few other panelists are going to be doing our top 5 Adam Sandler films of all time.
Yes, sir.
So this week's going to be fun. I was happy about this movie. I was happy about doing a review with you. I want to thank you for coming on. I appreciate you always. There's your Patriots logo.
You brought up the Rams. So I just had to.
Go Pats. Yes, I will see you. I will see you. I will see you soon. I'll see you in a minute. I'll be talking to you backstage. But guys, description to Jawan's channel is in the link. Click it. Subscribe. Obviously, like this stream. Subscribe to my channel if you're not. And we will see you soon.